Hi, this is Mike Wilson with Nova Real Estate Group. Today we're on number 3 of the big 3 key success factors for selling your home. And this one is ensure that your house is marketed effectively. Not just marketed, but marketed effectively. And let me show you how we approach it, talk to you a little bit about the things that we do, and how we can help home sellers. According to the National Association of Realtors and their profile of buyers and sellers, which they publish, they've separated it out into different categories about how buyers found their home. And it's interesting, but also more importantly, it's kind of a guide as to how people should be spending their time. It's where they're going to get the most bang for their buck, whether it's dollars they're investing or time they're investing in trying to market their house for sale to buyers. The very first one, no surprise here, is online marketing. Now, I love this one because this is really where our skill set lies and our experience is, and it's how we differentiate ourselves. 37% of people first found their home online, which means that 37% of buyers first saw the home that they ended up buying. They first found that online. Pretty big percentage. But what's maybe even more startling is that over 95% of people looked online or started their search online. Maybe they didn't find the house or first see their house online, the one that they bought, but they looked online. That's an overwhelming percentage of buyers. There's practically no buyers that don't use online tools in their search for a new home. Real estate agents. Number 2. 35% of people, home buyers, used a real estate agent and found their home working with a real estate agent. That's still a significant percentage, not far behind online marketing. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the agent to agent work that we do because we do so much of it. It's like online marketing. I can't cover it all here because we do so much work in those two areas. But I will say that for agent to agent work, we're part of the Keller Williams network, which as of now includes over 80,000 agents. It's the largest brokerage in the U.S. And in our local group, we network most closely with 5 other offices. That's just in our KW group in our local area. And there are other KW offices that we network with in this local area. They're just not in our same ownership group. But the main thing here is that we're part of the largest brokerage, and it makes it easy to network with a huge number of agents. That's only a part of our agent to agent work, but it's a significant piece of how we go to market. Yeah, to go on with the chunks of the pie that we were looking at, signs and flyers show up next. Still significant. So here'd be an example of one of the signs that we have. This is what you have in your yard when you list with an agent. When you list with us, you'll probably see my smiling face there because most of our latest signs have me on the sign. But there are a variety of reasons for the way that we do this, and it's very easy to see who you're dealing with, that it's a real person, and it's easy to pick up the telephone and call or go online and start searching. And in fact, 15% of people find their properties by driving around. Our branding is consistent, so when people find us online, we have a huge online presence, and then they see our sign, there's a trust factor that's starting to be built up. In fact, you probably found me online, so you know what kind of a presence that we have. 15% of buyers. Yeah, this is still pretty significant. The other thing that we always do in our signage, it gives us one more opportunity to to touch potential buyers. So we always have high quality flyers. And two things that I'll point out here, there's two examples. On the left, this is a coming soon one. We absolutely start marketing immediately, as soon as I say immediately, as soon as the client allows it, as soon as the homeowner allows it. So when people list with us, we get started right away, even before some of the other aspects like MLS is ready. But we get flyers out that are not only good looking, but along the theme of making it easy for people to get a hold of us. We show them information about the property, but in the top right corner you can see a QR code. That's for mobile phone users, one of the fastest growing markets. And in the bottom section you see just a vanity URL for this particular property. Both of these are going to take people to all of the information. It'll take them immediately online. So if they're buy the house and they grab a flyer and they want to get more information, smartphone users will scan the QR code, or they'll enter in that vanity URL, and they go right to a single property website with all the information and easy ways to get a hold of us. So signage and flyers both still very important. Open houses is another one. We use open houses. We do a lot of signage for open houses. It's branded, again, it's branded and obvious ways to get a hold of us. But the signage and marketing, online marketing, and not online only, overall marketing strategy for a property usually includes a launch. And that's kind of all of the tools that we use kind of coming together at one time, and an open house is a big part of that. So bringing all of the marketing to bear at about the same time that you're having an open house, just before you have an open house as part of that launch, it gets a lot more people into the open house, generates a lot more interest, and that's really what it's all about, is making sure that the property gets the most interest at the right time with the right buyers. 7%, not insignificant. It's not 37% like the online success rate. It's not 35% like the agent to agent rate, but still not insignificant. And there's two other categories here. One of them is called other in the NAR report, and it's anything that's not already classified. But it's only 3%. So word of mouth, that type of thing would fall into this category. 3%, this one's kind of nebulous. It's hard to really focus on any one thing, and it doesn't account for a very high percentage. Print is the last one. And print is interesting because when we think about it, even 10, 20 years ago, newspapers were the big place where advertising was going on. Today, that's a declining market. So it's not that it's dead per se, but print has even changed. It still only accounts for 3%, but there are some tools that we absolutely use, and they do make a difference. They're not like in the bottom left corner here, the periodicals or the newspapers. The effectiveness of those is greatly diminished, as is the market share. But what is still effective and is still part of an overall marketing strategy is directed mailings. So these are examples of postcards. Here's a just listed here on the left, top left, and that's kind of a traditional one, which is very directed to people who may be interested in that specific house, usually geographic specific, that type of a thing. And the one in the bottom right is even more interesting. It is the similar. It's a postcard, so we can direct it to a specific audience. But we also have the QR code. We have a text code on there, and those bring the potential buyers to a specific location site where we can not only give them information about the property, but also interact more with them. So that brings that taps more into the mobile market, which is increasingly important. So two good examples of of crossover marketing, offline to online marketing, and examples of focused direct marketing, mobile marketing, that type of a thing. So still very important when done correctly. The print marketing is. So in summary, there's a couple of huge segments that we really do most of our work in: online marketing and agent to agent marketing. Too much to cover here, so I didn't even try. I just tapped into them a little bit. I've got follow-up segments that go in depth on the type of online marketing that is successful that we do for our clients, and how that can help home sellers, and the same with agent to agent marketing. We did talk about signs, flyers, and then off into the some of the other things. It's not that there are any segments that we're not active in. We try to be active in every segment that we can get effectiveness. We can improve our overall effectiveness. But we pretty much follow the pie chart. We're best at online marketing and interacting with agents. We're excellent at branding, signage, and offline to online marketing, and and the same with some of the other areas. But we just don't spend as much time or as much money on them. We really are focusing on the big parts of the pie, and that's where we knock it out of the park. So as I mentioned, there are a couple of other segments that are follow-ups. If you don't have access to all of our videos, um, look for a form. Depends on where you're watching this. Usually there's a form, a sign up form that's nice and easy. It's free to get access to all of our video library. So sign up for that, of course. But if you're at a place, if you're watching this video at a place where it doesn't have a form to sign up, you can always get in touch with us at novarealestategroup.com. We make it very easy to get in touch with us there, or you can just pick up the phone. If you're ready to talk about more detail about your property, then our phone number, just pick up the phone. We always answer it. We're live on the phone, so that's easy as well. Look forward to talking to you, and we'll see you on the next segment.